Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are live, Music Maniacs, with me, Dr. Earl, and the mighty YR. And tonight we're going to be talking
What's up,
about,
brothers?
and tonight we're going to be talking about an end of an era, but a new era beginning regarding to the band Kiss. Now, as everybody knows, Kiss finally said farewell with some shows they did over the weekend at Madison Square Garden. And along the way, they debuted these Kiss avatars. I guess it's going to be taking its place from now on, from what I
Well,
understand.
yeah. Well, we'll get it. We got to get into some music news first, and then we can dive into the Kiss because there's a
Okay,
lot there.
okay, there, definitely.
Because look, on the Kiss, there was what was I checked their website because what I like to do now, and it's pretty cool, and I don't think it's for all bands, but some. I went to a lot of concerts this past year,
I
right?
have, yes, definitely.
And I mean, obviously the tribute shows, but a lot of the real, took a dip into the '90s. I saw Bush, Smashing Pumpkins, Sublime with
Yeah,
Rome.
yep,
Into that,
Metallica.
Metallica stuff like that, Pantera.
Mm-hmm.
But what I've seen, Dr. Brown, is obviously the tour shirts. I like to collect them now with the itinerary T-shirts with the tour dates on the back,
Nice.
and on average those go for $40 to $50 right now at these shows. So most of them I've bought, but I skipped the Ministry Alice Cooper, um, um,
Tour
Rob
shirts.
Zombie ones
Ah,
because they were $50,
mm,
and but a month or two ago I saw on the Ministry website they had theirs for they're going for $25 $30 on that
nice.
$30.
Good to hear.
So order that. I mean, it took a long time because Ministries organization they're moving or they moved
Mm-hmm.
warehouses for their merch.
I
So
see.
it did take a month and some weeks, like longer than expected, but it came, and you saw that one, the Jesus one.
Yes, Jesus built my hot rod.
So that being said, where was I going with this? Tour tees. I mean, even though I didn't get to go see any, I almost went, but there's ticketing issues
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that, so didn't go. I mean, I already saw them before, but it was, obviously wasn't the original, with Ace and all that. But
Exactly.
anyways, the end of the world T-shirts they have online on their website, they
Mm-hmm.
all have the four guys, but it's Tommy Thayer, and I don't like that. I have a Destroyer T-shirt with
Yes.
the original four on. I have a T-shirt calling Dr. Love shirt with a picture of them on top of the Empire State Building in New York
Yes.
City. The original band, I have that shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so those didn't appeal to me. So the point is, I went to the website on that night to check it out and see, is there any deals? Because if there was like a shirt that said "End of the World Kiss" with the dates on the back, I would have picked that up.
Yeah.
I would have ordered that.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of people were complaining
This
about ticket.
before,
Mm-hmm. Because a lot of people were
and they
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
and they didn't have all they have is those ones with the band on Tommy Thayer and all that, and you can tell it's Tommy Thayer. You can tell when
Yep,
it's Tommy
absolutely.
Thayer with Ace
Because of the
Frehley.
face
You can tell.
structure, yes.
Yeah, you can tell. I mean, it's the Catman's similar, but still, like, uh, it's not too bad. You know what I'm saying? But still, like, Kiss purists, we don't like this new interpretation again. So, anyways, when I was on their website, that's what it said. It had a countdown clock, Dr. Brown, like
Mm-hmm.
three, from the hours to minutes to seconds, like a countdown clock on their website before you enter it. You have to be like, click here to enter. But on the front page, it was a huge countdown clock on the last day of that show, which was Saturday, their
Mm-hmm.
last concert. So to me,
Yes.
it was like, all right, they're going to announce something's up. Whether
Yes.
it's going to be, which a lot of people, including Eddie Trunk, was saying, hoping, they're gonna do a Kiss tribute, like a sanctioned tribute, almost like look at Foreigner. Foreigner's doing this tour with Styx, but
Yep.
Foreigner is completely unoriginal members in that.
Exactly.
And what's
Other
his
than
name?
Mick Jones, as we all know,
But,
who's
but
sometimes
he
there
only
but
does,
not there. Yes.
yeah, sometimes, and that's rarely. So, uh, this digital thing, so I clicked on it and it said you join this Maryland list or something to Kiss something, and so it sent me an avatar, free avatar
Mm.
that's saved to like where I can save my tickets and stuff. You do like
Yes.
Google Wallet, either your wallet on the phone.
I see.
So it's the app. So it's these avatars, and it has the QR code on that. So I don't know if that's maybe a future ticket to one of the shows. I don't know, but I Eddie Trunk was making some good points. He's like, number one, it's not going to mean these Avatar shows is basically kind of like a movie feel, like you go into a movie. The concert aspect, I mean, the music's not live. Number one, it's all going to be pre-recorded. I mean, it's going to be like a spectacle type deal with the fireworks, blah blah blah.
Yep.
Would I see it? Probably, yeah. I mean, depending on the price, right? But again,
Yes.
it's not a concert. It's like almost like a movie. It's like going.
A 3D
Imagine
movie.
going. Yeah, imagine going to the arenas and how they showed it on the Kiss thing. There'll be like these big sheets everywhere, but on the sheets, it's like it's projected the video. So these sheets are hanging throughout the stadium or the arena, rather, right? And but on
Yes.
those sheets, it's like these screens, and so it'll show different. So you're looking left and right throughout the whole arena, wherever you're sitting, or if you're sitting on the lower bowl up, you'll be looking up or whatever. But also they have screens, like a stage. But it's not going to be a lot of music. It's going to be like almost a play, Dr. Brown, but
Mm-hmm.
it's like a movie field type spectacle type deal. It's going
Ah,
to
I
be like
see.
nothing ever really before in live events, because live events is called live events for a reason. But there'll be no live humans performing.
I know. So it's
And
going to be a
also,
digital versions of Kiss on the screen at these
yeah,
arenas, or
on
yeah.
on the screen, but like imagine just like these long sheets of banners around the arena,
Yep.
even in the middle part where there are screens. It's not going to be just one screen that you're looking at. It's going to be multiple.
Ah, I see there.
So Matt, just the whole arena is filled with screens and just special effects and all this. So it's definitely going to be something new. Now, will they do a Kiss sanctioned tribute with younger talent?
Mm,
Maybe we'll
we
see.
do
I mean,
not know.
Gene Simmons probably gonna do his solo band. They're saying, and then
Paul
Paul
Stanley
Stanley
has his other project, Paul Stanley's Soul Station. I'm sure you heard some stuff from that.
yeah, it's the Paul Stanley Soul Station,
Soul
and
Station, correct.
so I don't know if you've ever seen Kiss live or
No,
any of those
unfortunately,
members.
I never did. I did beg my mom and dad
Yeah,
to take me to see them when he went years ago when I was about 12 or 13, but they were like, no, 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 for of course the obvious reason. They thought they were demon worshippers and that because of the makeup, the stuff in their music, the content, the fire breathing and stuff. They were afraid of Kiss at that time. So like, but then again, they were not appreciative of me listening to Black Sabbath later on. So that's how the parents were back in the day there. So, but it's kind of fun. The thing I want to know is,
look at those
the music.
avatars,
Yeah,
Brian.
I'm looking. Yes, yes, I
Like
saw.
I've been saying this past year that like obviously the future of live music and these older bands is the tribute bands, is these bands that sound
Yep.
better than what they sound like now. Um, a lot of these groups, but this Avatar thing, it just depends on how much popular it is. Like if it's a thing, like if it's like look at something like Trans-Siberian Orchestra, how it's
Yep.
you can take something with you're not really familiar with the artist, it's just a sound.
Hmm.
It's they can go out there. I don't know. Really, the whole draw was those electric guitars, putting that to Christmas music. No one's
Mm-hmm.
ever heard that before.
Yeah.
It's always been like, the
Traditional.
traditional, or
Yep.
the synthesizer, Christmas
Exactly.
songs. But
Or
like
with country
when they,
music and pop music.
yes. So when they did when they added a guitar to Christmas music, it was a whole new deal. I mean, that live,
It was original.
I don't know. I mean, I've seen Trans-Siberian more than any other group in my life. Probably, I've probably seen them
Mm,
like 5 or 6 times
yeah.
in the
What's
past 20 years.
It's kind of funny.
And
It's that you mentioned Trans-Siberian Orchestra. The other Christmas music project that I remember before that was Mannheim Steamroller, and I know the late Rush Limbaugh was a big fan of their music, so they definitely need to be acknowledged in the Christmas music category for sure. But going
yeah,
back
I
to
mean, like
Kiss,
I
the
was, for live music and Christmas events like Mannheim was, but like the Trans-Siberian live, Brown, if they ever go to your city, or if they
check
ever
them
go,
out. I know.
definitely worth it on that. And wait the day of, you'll get the cheapest price.
All right.
You wait, but it is worth even $100 for like just to get in the door for standing room only, because it's long. It's long. It's not too long, but it's obviously family friendly. It's no cursing, none of that. But
Yep.
it's a holiday show. But it's like you're going to an '80s rock show with the guitar and everything. But it's just with the lights, with the fire. There's a lot of fire. There's a
Yep.
lot of like laser
Pyrotechnics.
lights.
Yep.
The laser show, and it really does smack you in the face.
Yep.
I mean, you
Like a
might be
Pink
thinking, "Oh,
Floyd
Christmas
show.
songs." Yeah, like harder, the heavier than Floyd, TBH. Like it's heavy, bro. Like they have, what's his name, who was in the band, Jeff Swan Soto.
Yes.
You remember that guy, Jeff Soto?
Jeff Scott Soto. Yes.
Jeff Swan Soto. What was
Yeah.
bands was he in?
I know he was involved with Yngwie Malmsteen for a while there. I guess he did some stint with Journey briefly, shortly, if I understand. He's been involved with a number of bands. I forgot which one was which.
I
But
mean,
let
there's a
me.
couple artists on there with that were in former. Go ahead, brother.
Well, the question I asked for the Kiss Avatar show that they're supposed to be doing now, the music that's going to be coming out, is it going to be re-recorded? Is it going to, or are they just going to
Yeah,
rely
I
on
mean,
the
it's gonna
old?
be.
Good,
It's not gonna
definitely,
be.
because
Yeah, it's not gonna be live or nothing. It's gonna be. Yeah, it's gonna be pre-recorded.
yep. But
They're not
I'm
gonna
talking
be out
about
on the
new
stage or nothing.
re-recorded, basically new re-recorded versions of their songs.
Nah, they wouldn't do that. Well, we need to get into the music news.
All
Hold on.
right, go ahead.
We dove too much into the Kiss stuff. They had a couple pieces. Be ready to look this up because there's a couple pieces, but
right.
we missed in the last week or so. That's important.
I know.
So I want to go back. I'm gonna go back. How about? Well, this is a small piece, but I find it interesting. So Limp Bizkit's announcing this tour, right? U.S. tour, and guess who's opening up for him?
Limp Bizkit. Who is it?
You remember from the '80s, from the Lost Boys?
Oh yeah, the saxophone player,
No, the actor from the Lost Boys movie.
Keith Sutherland.
The other one.
Hmm. Well, the only musicians I know of,
No, not musician, the actor. Dr.
the
Brown.
actor. Yeah, but the only actor I knew
Corey
from that,
Feldman.
Corey Feldman. Oh, that's right. He's gonna be opening for the Limp ones there, I guess.
That's what I'm saying.
I see. Interesting. Yeah, I know he's been doing a lot of shows as of late. Have you ever seen him perform live by chance?
Negative, but I do want to see
Okay.
him.
All right, there. Interesting. I got this one Kiss related article courtesy of GuitarWorld.com, and it's Paul Stanley talking about this Gibson Flying V that he played at the final Kiss concerts. Now he's gifted that guitar to a high-profile vintage guitar dealer. Don't expect it to crop up on the private collector's circuit soon, though its new owner has decided to add it to his personal collection, and we don't blame him one bit. And this is from the person who wrote the article. For the final time in his Kiss career, Paul Stanley donned the face paint, picked up the suite of his prized electric guitars, took to the stage at Madison Square Garden last weekend for the band's ever final performance.
I was looking at tickets for that, Brown, and the day of deal. If you play the day of game, guys, for sports, WWE,
Yep.
Concerts, most of the time, about 90% of the time, and it might take literally like the event starting 5-10 minutes to but usually it doesn't take that long because I see prices drop. Obviously hours before. For example, this Kiss thing, there was in Madison Square Garden, mind you, right? The most famous venue in the world. You could get in there. I know for the Friday show, like $150 or so. The second show, like I don't know, a couple hundred, 300. I mean, it wasn't nothing. It was like wow, like because there were thousands of dollars, but on the market, but they dropped. The resellers dropped to get something. That thing was crazy, Brown. Like, will they ever come back? Probably not.
You
seeing
sure?
Ace
Because
solo, seeing Ace solo, this past summer wasn't. It definitely was a 70-year-old person playing guitar. Like vocally, I'm not really. I mean, it wasn't like I'm not, being negative on that, but Ace isn't running around doing jumps, doing spins, none of that.
Yeah, he's older. You got to realize that. Plus, you may notice he has put on a little bit of weight for the past couple of years. That is common with people in their 70s, 60s, and all that there. And it's
what about look up the are you done with that article? I got
not yet.
News. Rush
no, go ahead. Let's
together, brother. But go ahead with that article.
Well, the article is basically talking about that guitar that Paul donated to this vintage guitar collector there. Let me continue. Blah blah blah. Now, it was an historic performance, which also saw Stanley make his
Let me check the stream. Make sure they can hear everything.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
All right. Good. Anyways, the article continues. All right. He'll be back there. It was a historic performance, which also saw Stanley make his way through a handful of different electric guitars, including a custom Flying V that he now has gifted to a high-profile guitar dealer. The model in question is a ebony finish. There he is. Come on, man. What the fuck? Oh, there we go. All right. Gotcha. You there, man?
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure everything sounds good.
That's good. All right, that's good to hear there.
So real quick, before we get into, because it's been a while, real quick, let me take a sidebar real quick. Like,
go ahead.
Finish up your article, and then we need to get into the Rush news, and we get into the Kiss, but finish your article, and then there's a sidebar I want to do, a little wrestling thing. I need to respond to Rojas. It's non-drama or nothing. It's
okay,
a
gotcha.
situation.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
I want to hear your opinion on your. I want to hear the story on your laptop and everything, but finish your article right there.
Okay, here we go. The model in question was a ebony finished custom shop beauty, a Flying V guitar from Gibson with a curious star tailpiece, block inlays, split diamond Gibson headstock logo, was wielded by the Kiss frontman at various points during both the band's Friday and Saturday shows. Specifically, Stanley slung the V over his shoulder to play the songs Kojin and Say Yeah, but not long after the curtain came down on Saturday night, it had been passed on to a new owner. Talking to Instagram after the show, Matt of Matt's Guitar Shop, a showroom located in Paris that specializes in vintage gear, and once sold Jeff Buckley's Telecaster to Matt Bellamy, revealed that he had been invited to the Madison Square Garden show by Stanley himself, who made the trip even sweeter with a very special gift.
Hello?
Hello. He said, quote, I can't thank you enough.
Hello?
For what? Hello? You hear me?
Thank you.
Good.
Thank you. I want to. Well, you said you can't thank me enough. I can't thank you enough, Dr. Brown.
I
Thank
can't
you.
think it was well there. Okay. All right. Matt said, quote, I can't thank you enough, the one and only Paul Stanley from KISS, for having me and my team at the very last KISS show at Madison Square Garden. Can't thank him enough, as well as for this beautiful Gibson Flying V that Paul used on the last show for a couple of songs and extensively for countless concerts with KISS during the last tour. Thank you, Paul. You are a true class act. We know what you're thinking. If it's been given to a vintage gear dealer, will it be making the rounds on the private collectors circuit sometime soon? Given the fact that it was played at the very last KISS gig, we imagine it would command a pretty penny indeed. But understandably, the sentimental value of the whole experience is just too sweet for Matt, who has declared his intentions to keep the Flying V in his own personal catalog. This is unforgettable, Matt continued. The guitar will stay in my private collection, and it sounds amazing. Wow. Now, Matt's Guitar Shop is on Instagram.
Wait, hold on a minute.
Go ahead.
It's a Gibson Flying V.
Correct, yes.
What year is it?
It doesn't say what year it was. Go to guitarworld.com and definitely you will see the article right there.
So I'm looking at and like obviously besides USA made electric guitars, Korea was a good place. And I'm looking at a dime. It's the Flame dime.
Right. The Dimebag Daryl
Flame guitar. And it's
see.
like $425 on that. I could probably lower it because it's dinged up a little bit, right? Like,
yes.
But doesn't necessarily just on the corner but he says the whammy bar is loose. But I think all that shit's fixable if I can get if I can get that thing for like a couple hundred.
Oh, wow.
Be a deal, right? That would be a deal.
Yeah.
What? That's almost
nice.
like, I don't know, because some of those models are base models too, but this one has the actual Floyd Rose and everything, bro.
Oh yeah, that's even more
locking
sweet.
tuning system and
All
everything.
right.
So, but listen, so the CM Punk situation.
Yeah, we gotta talk
I just
about
had-
him because you expressed your concern about the situations he had in the past with WWE and what's going on now. And
Well, real quick, not too much wrestling. It's more of I don't know if you want to play the video, but Rojas on his channel put out a couple-minute video on me talking about the opinion, the CM Punk opinion, because
Really?
last week, yes, look up the Luke Rojas channel.
okay,
The
I will
last
do
video
that
we put
right now. All
I'll
right.
explain it to you. Basically, and this is all non-malicious. No one's threatening anyone. This is all wrestling based. But obviously, the hype of CM Punk is huge right now. Brown. He came back
yeah.
to WWE. Now, just that alone, in my mind, just CM Punk being in that WWE ring alone everyone needs to shut up and just take what they give us.
Well,
In my opinion, like people could say, "Oh no, blah blah blah." That's in a way it sounds tough, but it's like he's here, guys. This is the guy that Joe Cronin said if CM Punk ever came back, he would pretty much change the dynamic of wrestling, the landscape in a good way. Popularity wise, blah blah blah. And that night after he came back, came back to Raw. A lot of those guys, including Joe, was kind of down on the actual show. When to me, it was the opposite. It was electrifying. I stayed awake for the whole 3 hours to listen to Punk. Was that the reasoning I stood? Maybe, but the other stuff wasn't bad. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not watching the Raw and SmackDown, every second. I'm flipping channels during Mondays and Fridays, for sure. I'm not even watching AEW right now, for Christ. I mean, it's not on technically, but, I'll throw it on Wednesdays, right, casually, to check in, right? I throw on all the wrestling when it's on TV, but what surpasses wrestling for me? Sports, Dr. Brown.
I see.
Sports, not necessarily football. I'll watch Raw over Monday Night Football. Okay, I'm not a football guy.
Yes.
Even though I checked out a couple Cowboys games. You can see that on the channel. We are struck for a week. I'm not sure for what. It says the thing's unavailable, whatever the video was.
Wow.
But we are struck for a week on that. But yeah, I mean, I went to a couple Cowboys games. It doesn't mean I'm a Cowboys fan. Doesn't mean I'm a football fan. Just like to check it out. The fanfare. I mean, and anything. I could say this. Anything you see on TV, live event is way different when you're in person than watching it on TV. I could say that. Not only something obvious like the volume of everything and just the surroundings is loud, but just it's different. It's almost like being in a video game. And especially these sporting events, Dr. Brown. I mean, I know you're not a big sports guy on that, but I mean, the concerts, the concerts surpass the sports for me. I like some of these tribute concerts more than, some of these sport TBH. Like, I could see that Judas Priest fucking tribute every fucking day. I'd pay $100 for it. I mean, stuff like that. That Iron Maiden tribute, I'll throw that right on in there with that Judas Priest tribute palm. That thing was. I mean, even the Back in Black one, right? They just come, it's just like, AC/DC's AC/DC, like, you hear that a lot on the radio, a lot of their songs, blah, blah, blah. But, I mean, some of that stuff is very fun, guys. And when you're in person like that, like CM Punk, you know what I'm saying? When he's here, when he's in the flesh, when he's actually in that WWE ring, it's different. We can't judge WWE anymore as just some other show, blah, blah, blah. Just going to throw Punk on for 9 minutes promo. Yeah, that it might be. I mean, he might be. But what did we have before on WWE? No CM Punk doing promos that we were on the edge of our seat about. They were wondering what he's going to say on that mic.
Not much has been going on with the company altogether there. It took Vince McMahon. I know. It took Vince McMahon to finally step down as chairman and Triple H to take over for things to get rolling once again.
I mean, look, I know CM Punk came back to AEW and not much happened.
Yeah.
But WWE's a whole nother ballgame. There's old beefs with CM Punk. There's new beefs with CM Punk. There's people
with Seth
15
Rollins.
years ago. All of that. Everything. Stone Cold Steve Austin. I mean, you never know. Like, you just never know.
Yes, in fact, and let me say this, no doubt, the way Rollins acted at Punk's return, that indicated that there's going to be a feud between the two sometime soon, and possibly a match at the upcoming WrestleMania. I think it's WrestleMania 40, if I'm correct.
Right.
So definitely was hyped up for that. You'll get a what?
Did you, okay, so, to the CM Punk thing.
Yeah.
I want to wrap it up on the, so, listen to the video and then we can.
Okay, I'm going to play it for you right now.
Look, hold on. I wanted to respond to Rojas in a way, and this is the way that I don't want him to think what he's saying in this video, because he has a lot of it misconstrued about me giving an opinion about Joe or anything. I'm not, it was just a wrestling thing. I feel like he thinks I was trying to attack Joe or something. It was nothing like that. I was just felt differently on how they handled the CM Punk situation, reviewing it and just that whole show, when I thought it was the complete opposite. It's like the type of thing where it's like, guys, this was a great show, blah blah blah, and you listen to the review and it was not happy and sour, and I don't want to say not happy. They're happy. You can tell like they're happy that like CM Punk's back, right? You know what I'm saying? They shit on.
Absolutely.
They don't like the human, quote unquote, part of CM Punk, when like none of us ever have been in the same room or interacted with CM Punk in person. So I don't know how we can all. I just think a lot of these people, go for that wrestling media narrative, just like the Donald Trump media narrative, and just go off that rather than, because none of us know all these Dr. Brown, all these wrestlers. There's so many wrestlers that do podcasts, right?
Yes.
And I just got hooked on the Busted Open Radio. They put out their show on YouTube.
Yes.
And that has Bully Ray. That has they have guests, but they has Bully Ray, and they had Mark Henry on.
Yep.
Recently, but they gave their opinion on wrestling, obviously, and they're saying CM Punk's great, easy to work, cool guy to be around. So it's like you're hearing one story from the wrestlers, you're hearing one story from Ryback, who's saying CM Punk's a piece of shit, but then I'm hearing multiple. I'm hearing Mark Henry, I'm hearing Bully Ray saying CM Punk's, he's not that asshole, he's cool in person, blah blah blah. So it's like, I don't know what to believe on CM Punk. I'm not going to say,
you
he's
also
an
got to
asshole.
look at. Well, let me inject this. There are going to be work environments where you're able to get along with these group of people, these coworkers, and there's going to be these other coworkers which you're going to beef with. It's like often. It's like these regular workplaces, like say if you work at a doctor's office and there's issues between this one nurse and this one dental assistant, or this person there's going to be those you may enjoy working with, except for this person or that person. So I can understand that pretty much. And wrestling is no different when it comes to that. Now, I want to play this video that Mr. Rojas put it on his channel. I'm going to play it right here. Go ahead.
Dr. Brown, you've heard me and SC the past month, summertime, praising Rojas, being positive of Rojas.
Yes,
right?
I remember, absolutely.
I still think that way, but he's treating me in this video like I'm like attacking them. Go ahead.
Okay, let's see what we got here.
Hey, what's going on? I just want to make a quick video towards YR. Now, YR, recently you really haven't said anything about me or Joe. Like, that's annoying. Like, oh, he's a piece of shit. You haven't said anything like that. But I want to address this video that you made where it was like, Joe Cronin show really drops the ball on the Raw review. And then you basically, make fun of us for being super negative all the time. Did you not even watch the review of Survivor Series? Because we were really positive about it. We were pretty much saying, yeah, I'm excited. It's just that Raw really wasn't that good. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not, like, do you want us to give a fake review? Do you want us to just suck it off and even though it's not our opinion?
Okay.
Pause real quick, Dr. Brown.
Ooh.
But that Raw, Dr. Raw, that Monday Night Brown, Dr. Raw, was... No,
I know, I was going to say, man.
The Raw wasn't like a 10 out of 10. But for me to watch the whole entire show, and yes, the hook was CM Punk at the end, I understand.
Mm-hmm.
Still, I could have gone to bed early and watched CM Punk, the YouTube clip, the next morning. Mm-hmm. I still stayed awake. They did their job by keeping me watching the whole show, right?
Yes.
I just ultimately, I just think Rojas, Joe, everyone, we all need to be patient. Let WWE do its thing. And you know how it is, WrestleMania, all the dreams come true. Everything we want usually, like the big shit, usually happens WrestleMania. So we're probably going to see whatever hopes these guys want to see, call them marks, call them fans, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
These guys all love Joe just like we do. You know what I'm saying? And we all share the same love of professional wrestling. there's a little bit more into it than we do. We like music, we like sports. These guys like wrestling
Yep.
and video games. It's different. It's different generations, but again, we all share that professional wrestling love. And also the Grand Theft Auto thing. I like Rojas's love for GTA on that. But the
Yes.
Rojas situation, like, I feel like, just listen to the video. Like, he's mad, man. But I wasn't trying to make them mad. I was just saying, like, guys, why?
Okay, let me continue.
Why couldn't y'all get excited about that Monday Night Raw, bro? Like, why? It wasn't that bad. It really wasn't that bad, bro.
I think
Honestly.
I think probably because in the past few years, Cronin's came down hard on Raw for being boring, being shitty, being this, being that, and after a while, it's just like I guess he's kind of put himself in that spot where everything on Raw seems to suck ass, but then again, that's Cronin for you. So let me continue with the Rojas video.
You want
Yeah.
us to give a fake review? Do you want us to just suck it off, and even though that's not our opinion? And why does it matter to you, too? Like, the way that you're phrasing it is like, they had a chance, but they fucked it up. I thought you don't even watch anymore. Like, that's what I hear all the time, is I don't even give a shit about Cronin anymore. Like, I hear that a lot on your show, but then you're, like, acting as if you're our boss. Like, and they could have had a huge chance to capitalize on the views, but instead they're just super negative.
Hold on,
It's like,
Paul.
why do you care if you
All
don't
right.
watch it?
All right.
Am I not saying similar stuff that what they say about Raw and Vince McMahon? Like, they acting like they're Vince McMahon's boss in
Yeah.
a way. Like Rojas, I am.
A couple of times, yes.
I didn't even critique the show. I didn't even review the show. I didn't even review. It wasn't about reviewing the show, like critiquing it and everything. It was about their reaction to that show and CM Punk. It's like, guys, he's back. What more do y'all want? And their reaction was, it wasn't good. Like, they didn't. They weren't excited on that, and it shocked me. I was in the shade of shock. It was like, man, I don't know what, like, if CM Punk needs to send all these guys 8x10 signed autographs with ice cream bars, T-shirt, like, what more do y'all got to be patient. That's my whole thing right now to Rojas and the wrestling community with CM Punk. People that are negative and hating on CM Punk, not necessarily like his real life, persona, but like, they need to be patient, bro. We're gonna get everything we want out of Punk. He's here. That's my whole point. He's here. Just take it. I'm not saying you have to take it and take everything WWE gives you and spoon fed and drink the WWE Kool-Aid.
Drink the
and all that.
Kool-Aid, all that.
I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying with CM Punk and certain talents, like CM Punk, The Rock, Stone Cold, The Undertaker, these huge names, you have to put them in a different category to where it's like, all right, we can't, expect this guy to win the WWE title tonight and beat all these guys and blah, blah, blah. Nah, it's the first time back in 10 years. This is huge. We have to be patient, especially with the CM Punk's quote-unquote backstage attitude, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Which I think is bullshit. I think it's these young talents that think they know it all, blah, 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 which back in the day, 10, 15 years ago, your CM Punks, your Randy Ortons, your John Cena, maybe they did have the same attitude that these young people have. But I feel like the opinion, I mean, I like their opinions. Like, I agree with most of what Rojas and Joe say about wrestling, right? But
Yes.
this CM Punk thing, it's different. It's just not some guy come back. This is not just like Randy Orton coming back. Nah, this is huge, and we can't just judge and be negative on. Be whatever you want. Be negative, be positive. I'm not saying do a fake review, do a fake reaction, but be more. I don't know. Be more open-minded. Like, I'm not trying to offend Rojas or nothing, but like, again, if the show's shit, it's shit. But maybe that's just that can be an individual opinion. Like, I enjoyed the show, but I don't watch the shows. I'm a casual watcher every week, if that makes sense. I don't watch the full 3 hours of Raw, but I'll flip to sports and Raw and back to sports, back to Raw and see what's up. If something's on Raw is boring me, like mostly all the women's stuff, all women's matches, anything with the divas, the women, I have no interest in.
Yeah.
It's just not entertaining the way they do the moves. Like the men, it looks way
They try
more
to get
faker
us.
when-
most
Yeah.
likely, when you look on places like the former Twitter or Instagram and reality shows like Total Divas, it's like they're mostly the women's division at the WWE is mostly there for the horny guys out there to watch. I mean, I cannot tell you how many times, how much appreciation, love, and hearts go out to Liv Morgan. I mean, she's hot, she's pretty, all that. We know that for
Well, hold on a
sure.
bit. Let me
Go
finish
ahead.
by
Go ahead.
Rojas. So let me finish by Rojas. So
Hmm.
you guys know I love Rojas, bro. Like if there
Yes.
was if I don't know if you we need to finish the video, but look up the Big Brothers Big Sisters organization,
Mm-hmm.
and
Hmm.
I feel like if Rojas was in that organization,
Hmm.
Big Brothers Big Sisters, I
I
could
haven't
have
heard
been a
that name
good.
in ages.
You know what I'm talking about, though, right? It was like an organization for
Yes, I
I don't know
remember. Back
necessarily
in
not
Michigan.
necessarily troubled youth, not necessarily troubled youth, but just for youth. To have like the big brother, big sister, role model, positive role model. And
Exactly.
I
I
feel
remember
like
that.
if I was that with Rojas, big brother, big sister organization, who are part of that organization together, the
Yeah.
team. Obviously I would have, because he wasn't even born yet when, let's just say, I don't know born yet, but he definitely wasn't playing video games even when San Andreas was out.
Yeah.
And I'm right there with Rojas. Like the missions are cool, whatever, but I was a free play guy. I was a cheat code. Give me a couple cheat codes, not too crazy, but give me a couple cheat codes, and we're gonna go do free for all free play on GTA. And I'm right there with you on that, Rojas. With the GTA, so I'm agree with a lot of opinions of Rojas, and I just feel like he takes it personal. He takes it. I'm not calling him pussy. I'm not calling him out of his name. I'm not disrespecting nothing like that. I'm just saying with me, Rojas, you don't have to be scared. Luke, you don't have to be, you know, what is it called, Brown? Like when you're
Intimidated.
intimidated, nothing
Yep.
like that with me ever on this platform. And not necessarily take it personal with you, but with Joe, because I know you're fighting for Joe. I was there with you years ago. We all fought for Joe in the JCS Army, and stuff like that. And me and Joe, obviously, everyone has their differences here and there, but Joe hops on with us when I add him in. I like to make that clear. He doesn't
Yeah.
just, randomly, whatever, but he'll hop on when I add him in every now and then. He mingles with us, but he, we do appreciate Joe too, Rojas, and none
Yes.
of us are trying to take him out or report him or nothing like that. Again, and I agree with most of Joe's opinions on, I mean, obviously wrestling, but really, he just like looking at the liberal mindset in the world in America now. Like
Oh
Joe, I like
gosh.
his opinion on that. Like all those people are full of shit on that. I mean, Joe has some liberal tendencies here and there, but I think that's just for show. I think deep down, knows the left is full of shit. I agree with Joe highly on that. The over censorship, blah blah blah. But the CM Punk situation, I know Joe deep down because we talked about it on this channel. Like he knows this is big. CM Punk coming back. He
Yes.
knows. You just have to be patient. We might get just Punk coming out doing a promo on the mic for 5 minutes for the next month. I mean, we have to keep in mind, guys, that it's holiday season, right?
Mm-hmm.
They got CM Punk in before the holidays, so get some merch sales in, blah blah blah. Christmas presents, whatever. CM Punk merchandise, autographs, pictures, posters, foam fingers, whatever. But it's Christmas time, holidays, everything, all the industries slow down. Concert industry, live music industry slows down. There's not much live concerts around the holidays.
Well,
There's not
except for
much.
the
The touring industry. Well, the touring industry, Brown. The
yeah.
touring industry.
Yes. Because a lot of the
Obviously minus Christmas acts and stuff like that.
yes. Well,
But
the reason for
point.
that
Hello. Good night. Good.
well, the reason
Good.
for that is because not not many bands like traveling in the northeast area of America during snowy roads. You know, that's for true. That's true there.
Well, it's really because they're spending time with their family and for Christmas. But
Hmm.
I mean that too, the weather. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But this rant, this Rojas rant, this is not a negative rant. I just want everything to clear because in this video, it really feels like I, you know, came up to him and cut his arm off or something, or went up to Joe Cronin and shot him in the face or something like that. Like
I
we
see.
mean no harm for Joe. We do come in peace with
Yeah.
everyone, but we
Yeah.
mean no harm to Joe or anyone for that matter. But on this situation, we mean no harm to Joe. And if we do have a different wrestling opinion, which is rare, and on these rare occasions, these big moments, sometimes it can not be as big to some people as it was to others. And it was huge to me. Like I feel like other people feel the same way. Like, yeah, we knew he was coming back. Like on that Raw, we didn't know necessarily on the pay per view. That was a surprise, but for that Raw, a 9 minute, 8 to 9 minute promo is better than not having. I'll take that. I'll take 9 minute CM Punk promos every week compared to not having CM Punk
Yeah.
on WWE. Like he don't even have to wrestle. He can just come out and cut those promos and be like a manager or something, or be some type of authority figure, and
Maybe so.
that would be great. That
Yeah.
would be great.
Remember the
But
promo war between him and MJF back in AEW?
not
That was-
really.
oh,
Honestly,
they-
but
no, they
I
had a-
remember it, but not like I don't. I remember it, but not really like how I should remember it.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like WWE. I feel like this is different. This is a whole new deal, and I'm glad Rojas is a WWE guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like an AEW hater or a WWE mark. Both promotions are cool, but no one can ever beat the WWE production team, production
that's-
wise,
Yep.
and everything like that. And the Rojas thing, again, I mean no harm. We all come in peace, and I just feel like ultimately that review for that Raw and that Punk thing, Rojas is saying, should we do a fake review? Should we just lie about what, fake of what we say? And, no, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying sometimes look at something different. Look at maybe when there's a rumor of another name coming back or a big name that hasn't been around in a while, look at that show differently. Don't judge that Monday Night Raw. It's just another Monday Night Raw. Look at it differently. Like, they're not necessarily putting all of their creativity and gold into the whole show. They're kind of like the big deal, the big main event is CM Punk coming back at the end to give a promo for 9 minutes. Again, that doesn't mean like suck creativity out of the show, but it is what it is. There's no other person. Maybe The Rock, maybe Stone Cold. I wouldn't even say The Undertaker anymore, TBH. But I mean, not even Brock Lesnar anymore. But there's a few people. Again, maybe CM Punk and maybe only The Rock. Maybe only their subs too, or like Vince McMahon at a full-time role. There's few names in wrestling anymore that when they come around, it changes. Like it's they're the man. They're the main focus. I mean, it doesn't have to necessarily.
They're the
CM
big
Punk has to
draw.
be the main focus.
They're the big
But yes, they're
draws
the
of
draw.
the money.
They deserve. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like Rojas. Finish the video. I want to see what you think, Dr. Brother.
All right, there.
First, why do you care about that? And then second of all, why are you phrasing it like it's your responsibility? It's really not. And then third, do you want us to give fake reviews like what's her name, Loogie? Do you want us to give fake reviews that aren't our opinion to appease other people? Because that's not what the Joe Cronin show's about. It's not what I'm about. So, I mean, I don't know. I didn't really like Raw that much. I didn't think it was a piece of shit. I just thought it was very safe by the numbers, which it shouldn't have been, because this is a Raw that attracted hundreds of thousands of more people than it usually does, and should have been the show. This should have been like a takeover or something, basically. Just, and it's also, unfortunately, they were in the wrong place, like Arkansas,
Oh,
wherever the
second there.
fuck they were in.
Yeah.
Dr. Brown, that is true. The city they were in, Nashville or
Uh-huh.
somewhere in Tennessee. I think they're in Tennessee. But like he wants it to be like this mini wrestle. Number one, they just came off of a pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's a Monday Night Raw. Like you're getting CM Punk back. They're treating it like a huge. That's a big deal. That's the main. You know what I'm saying? What
Mm-hmm.
more? What more would you want in 2023 than to have a Raw to see CM Punk on it? It doesn't matter what he's doing. It doesn't matter if he go out there and blows his nose.
Yeah, some people expect too much, it seems like to me.
I think that's the problem. I think that's what it is. Like,
Exactly. People expect so much out of the product that they're either listening to or watching that if that product doesn't live up to that one's expectations, chances are that individual is going to be not too happy. They're going to express it either on Facebook, Instagram,
stop like
social
getting your
media,
hopes up on the wrestling,
or on
guys.
video.
Stop getting your hopes up on the wrestling. It's when you get your hopes up on the wrestling, it's gonna ruin it every time. Like, don't expect. Don't like. It's hard to explain. Like, I watch it different. You just gotta watch it casually, guys. You
Mhm.
gotta watch it casually. You can't be like, into it every second, every half second, taking notes for every promo and every move, step, and did the pyrotechnics come out? Like, how many pyrotechnics came out of the deal there? And, who was running the pyrotechnics tonight? Did they have enough fluids, to do it correctly? Were they wearing a mask? Like,
Mhm.
it doesn't have to be all that, which is not like on that. They're casual guys. They're fans of Joe Cronin. They're fans of wrestling. Um, it's just Rojas is a defender of the faith, of the Joe Cronin faith.
Yeah.
And so I can't hate on him. I'm not hating on him or nothing. I'm responding to his response, which I do agree with basically like kind of what it's saying, but it's just just like how their letdown was for that Monday Night Raw, I have the same feeling for their Monday Night Raw review on that. I feel like I think it was still a good long 3 hours, so it wasn't like the length or nothing. I like I like those Joe Cronin shows to be at least a couple hours. You have Rojas, you have Mustafa on there,
Uh-huh.
and you have Cronin. I mean, that's really all who I care for is Mustafa, Luke Rojas, and Joe Cronin. Those three guys, I think,
Yeah.
are goal
Yeah.
alone.
You know what? I should say this. Luke Rojas, if you're listening to this program right now, or by chance you listen to it later on, the door is open for you, buddy, to come on in and talk with YR about this issue. We extend our invitation to you, dude. And hello to Extreme Chef, who's in my chat right now, is asking, what is your thing of
Oh.
Latinos, YR?
No, it's nothing. Well, he made this video on me, but I did do the live stream on them first. But it was mostly about y'all just have to watch that live review and think in the back of your mind, the one guy. And again, I throw out The Rock too, but I feel like I don't want to say CM Punk's over The Rock in popularity.
No.
Because he's not. The Rock is way more
The
popular.
Rock,
But in
The
wrestling,
Rock is an icon, man.
in wrestling terms, Dr. Brown, in wrestling terms, that nostalgia, I feel like, especially with people in your 20s and 30s, 40s, the nostalgia flows clearer with CM Punk because it wasn't too long ago, but it was a while back compared to like 1997, 1998 when we were all kids. Like, nostalgia is different when you're a kid and from like 10 years ago, and maybe you're in a happier time in your life 10 years ago. Maybe you had less stress, obviously less, what's it called? The inflation nowadays, Brown. You know what I'm saying? Compared to CM Punk days of both CM Punk and Ryback days from 10 years ago. They could be like that type of nostalgia. I think CM Punk in wrestling is bigger than The Rock in 2023. And that's my opinion. But
Right.
I think Rojas understands, like, he could, he didn't shit on, they didn't shit on that Raw. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, I don't know, just a little bit more pep in y'all step, just a little bit more enthusiasm really is the big thing. Like, there was really no enthusiasm about, like, Punk. I mean, we can't judge him off one promo one night after 10 years. We have to be patient. I mean, us wrestling fans, we aren't patient. We want it now. We want it now. We want it now.
Mm-hmm.
And we need to keep in the back of our mind that WrestleMania is where everything happens. CM Punk might not wrestle till WrestleMania, for Christ's sake. I mean, he might do the Royal Rumble thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, we don't. You just got to be patient. He's here. Take that, Rojas. Take the notion that he's here. Put it in a gift box. Wrap it up. Put it under your tree, brother.
Mm-hmm.
And just keep it there even after Christmas. Just pretend you have this little gift. You know it's CM Punk, and he's healthy. He's good, and it's a gift. And just keep him tucked away. But you got to be patient. But know in the back of your mind, Joe Cronin and Lars Ulrich and Luke Rojas, that CM Punk is back, baby. He's here. And WWE has him under contract. He's the gift we always wanted. He's finally back. We have him. But keep him in that gift basket. Keep him in that gift box. Keep him in that gift bag wrapped up. Knowing they have him wrapped up in the contract in a positive way. They have him. He's here for sure. There's no rumors. 1,000% for sure. We saw CM Punk in a WWE ring, and that is what we need to, just be patient and think about that. We can't be stressing ourselves over what CM Punk's going to do. Like on SmackDown, I expect he's going to come out and do a promo. Maybe someone's going to come out and interrupt him this time. Or maybe he's just going to do a promo by himself.
So, Shaft, you want to join the call? Because you said something in my chat a moment ago saying Punk coming back would have been great 6 years ago, but he tarnished his persona by going to UFC, which I agree, it was a very bad move. Orton coming back was bigger than Punk's return. And that may be true because I saw a lot of polls on YouTube on the homepage showing who had the bigger comeback, and either Orton or Punk, and no doubt Orton's return at the Survivor Series outweighed Punk's return for sure. But either way, Randy Orton's back. CM Punk is
we don't
back.
have to finish that. We don't have to finish that Rojas video. Just the point was, Brown.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't necessarily mean to do what they do to Raw, which is like give their opinion on it.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm sorry, but just be more excited about the CM Punk thing. Be more enthusiastic. He's back. He's here. Just be patient and enthusiastic.
Now, for one, I want to bring this up because for what I've read on one internet page here, there's going to be some guidelines for Punk to follow with the WWE management, try to keep himself calm, cool, or not blow up like he did with AEW. I guess there are going to be some rules for the guy to follow along, if I'm correct. And if I understand, if CM Punk fucks up this big time, like he did a couple times before, then chances are we may never see Punk ever in the wrestling ring once again, let alone in the octagon. I mean, he failed miserably in the UFC match that he had that one night. And UFC is a lot different than the WWE, no doubt about that. One loss in your debut you're gone. You're not going to be coming back, because if you're unable to make an impression in your first bout in the octagon, then it's most likely you're not going to be making any impressions here afterwards.
Well, I don't think he has the enthusiasm about CM Punk like I do, Brown. But you don't watch wrestling every week.
Yeah,
But
that's true.
he is basically the type of guy I feel like that we would find at one of these concerts.
Mm-hmm.
You know, not necessarily drinking and everything, and that's my type of guy, bro. I hate when people are fucking over drinking and drunk assholes at concerts.
Oh
It
gosh,
brings
I've dealt with a few
does,
back at
I
the
hate
Ritz.
I'm a one drink limit guy. I drink one drink. I'm good. I can babysit a whole drink, the whole concert. I did
I
it the
can
whole
tell
A
you.
show.
I know, yes, I can tell. Let me
whole
tell you
thing.
this little crazy story.
Even
At the
the
Ritz,
show, bro. I had one
dude,
margarita and I had it the whole
dude.
show. Remember?
Yes, I
the
remember.
pre-show?
Yes, yes.
Just had the one margarita. So.
Absolutely correct. Now I got to tell you this: when it comes to jack-offs, getting wasted, getting plastered during shows, whether it's in a big arena or a regular nightclub. I remember this one night at the Ritz and Rosa where Hurricane with Kelly Hansen on vocals was headliner, and the group King's X was the opening act. During
Oh wait, hold on,
go ahead.
Brown.
Yeah.
We have some comments on CM Punk in the chat. Extreme Shaft said, Punk coming back would have been great 6 years ago. He tarnished his persona by going to UFC.
I did mention that.
No. Listen, y'all have to understand. This is the 90s. We're not going to get, the 90s stars per se coming back. I mean, I don't know. Like, we had Stone Cold came back for that last match last year for WrestleMania, or the year before, whatever, when it was. Or last year, I think. When it was that, Brown? Last year on that, or whatever. But Casey's Raw says, I wonder if the drama is worse in AEW than WWE. You figure AEW should be like a brotherhood of wrestlers trying to. Nah. WWE is more structured. You have guys that have agents that direct them where to go, when to go, what to say, kind of deal.
Yes.
And it's more structured, and that's just how it has to be, because you have a lot of these egos. You have these wrestlers, some of these wrestlers that get mad when they're not winning belts and stuff, winning fake belts.
Attitudes.
It's a scripted show.
Little babies, either way.
And it's like, come on, you know what I'm saying? Like, see, we can't, I'm saying, we don't believe that what media says about Trump. If you're a Trump guy, why should we believe this wrestle media about CM Punk? Because they got a lot of stuff wrong about Ryback. I'm a Ryback. I don't want to say like a Ryback fan, but you can't tell me, bro. Like 10 years ago, 9 years ago, whenever he was doing his thing, like he had a lot of fans, bro. He had a lot of people, and this is way before Cronin. I mean, the Cronin glory days, Ryback was like injured mostly, but Ryback was huge and in main huge roles at a point, and what he says makes a lot of sense. It's like, again, he agrees, like politically, we all agree with, like, he's a big Trump guy, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, who's calling? This is only a Mean Brown show.
Yeah, it's SC Steve. He's calling
no,
me.
we don't.
Okay.
I mean all that. This is a Mean Brown. This is a non-drama show.
Yeah, exactly.
This is an exclusive show for the originators of this show.
Exactly there.
Guys, we'll see you next year. SC. How about that?
All right, there.
And
he's asking me to add him, and I said nope, I'm not going to.
You know what? Bring him in because he was in the comment section of it. Rojas. He is a part of this situation.
All right, there. But which is his YouTube name? Is it because he had this other one he had so many, it's hard to keep track.
He does, but he's fine. SC, bring SC in because he is a part of the situation, and SC, just keep it respectful, keep it with the CM Punk situation, CM Punk and Rojas situation.
Topic-wise, either way.
Dr. Brother, can you bring him in? But only the Luke Brother situation and CM CM Punk brother situation.
All right there.
Needs to be spoken for.
It's hard to find him because I don't remember his last Skype name account. Maybe you could find it for me there. Let's see. I'm.
Was it Fuego or RP?
No, that's RP. No, it's Jacob.
Oh, is RP calling?
No, it was SC.
Oh.
Yeah, it was SC that was calling moments ago there. And unfortunately, let me see, is it live CID something there? I cannot find it. Let me see.
We need to, you know what? We're gonna bring.
Go ahead.
I do opinions on this
Okay.
situation. I feel like like Rojas and Joe are allowed to review Vince McMahon and WWE products, but
Yeah.
we didn't review Joe. Okay. Okay, Scott, did you get your opinion on the Rojas situation? CM Punk? Here's we're on the Dr. Brown channel. We got negative. A couple ghosts watching.
All right, Scott
wanna play
McKinnon
the-
has joined, ladies and gentlemen.
Play the rest of the video.
Okay, I will do that right now.
What did I call it? NASCAR County on the Raw review, and then also the fact that, you know, I know Triple H wasn't there, but still, I mean, to wait all night for CM Punk and he cuts a 7-minute super safe promo that I just think a lot of people were expecting more, including myself, including Joe. So there's nothing wrong with us giving our opinion. So I'm sorry if you don't like that opinion, you don't think that's going to gather more fans, not that it's any of your fucking business, but I mean, I don't know what you want from us. Do you want us to just give fake reviews? Because if that's what you want, we'll just give fake reviews for YR.
Well, what does he mean? I'm the fucking customer, bitch. I am the fans. What do you mean? And what Rojas has done with Cronin since the summertime has been tremendously entertaining. We love Rojas.
I'm not too sure myself there, but like.
Got a face tattoo? Really?
What?
Guy got a sober tattoo on his face. Are you kidding me?
Who?
God.
Who, Scott? It's hard to see right now because it's dark in there where he's at.
Show tattoo on his face. Are you kidding me right now?
Scott, let's see. Let's see your face there. See what you got on there. Because you're wearing shades in the dark. You're wearing your sunglasses at night. And he's driving.
Nighttime?
At night. Nighttime. And you're wearing shades, Scott? Bad idea.
What is he doing?
I have no clue. He's there's no sound coming in. I don't know if he's muted or what.
They got the red band at the nighttime.
Scott, unmute yourself if you're muted by chance.
I think he's driving to see CM Punk at SmackDown on Friday.
I don't know. I do not know.
I just think Rojas is overreacting. On that. I really didn't even disrespect Joe on that. I was just like, man, I wanted more from the review, for Christ's sakes. I was marking out. I mark out for the Joe Cronin reviews and shows with Rojas when they do talk about CM Punk. It's it's kind of like how I like to hear Dr. Brown talk about Judas Priest. And
you would talk about Judas Priest even more, or Metallica.
Any music, so I guess a guilty pleasure, you can call it that. I like to hear, and it's not just them. About wrestling. I like to hear. It's these three guys: Joe Cronin, Mustafa, and Luke Rojas talking about professional wrestling.
Yep.
I mark the fuck out, and I would pay $100 an episode on that. No interruptions. I find that very entertaining, and we get that a lot. So I do praise the Joe Cronin channel. And I've been high on the Joe Cronin channel. I mean, ever since the summertime, and or really since they've been bringing those guys on, like Rojas. because Joe has been featuring Rojas is a main player, like
Mhm.
recently,
Yes.
and I just don't like to see Rojas mad at me and angry and making like mad videos like that on me. I don't like to see that. It hurts, kind of hurts my feelings because I don't. I like. I love Rojas, bro. If we're in the Big Brothers Big Sisters organization, bro, we would be a team, bro. Professional wrestling and all that.
Yes. Though, like I said earlier, Rojas, the door is open for you to step on in so you can YR can talk this whole thing out. And I'd like to have Luke on the show there sometime soon. Maybe later on tonight or tomorrow night when we do our wrestling show. So, Luke, if you're listening to this program right now or later on, the door is open for you, buddy, as I stated earlier. And unfortunately, I'm not able to get a hold of. I'm trying to find SC's current Skype name, but. Mhm.
That's the
What?
bread roll in here. Bread crust.
Ooh, SC? Let me see if I can get this. Now, YR, do you know SC's current Skype name that he's using
Sugar
right
Bro-
now? What?
Dr. Brown on foreign policy.
Who's got palsy?
Let's fill it up. Foreign policy. Now back to but to close the
Kiss.
the A
Kiss?
on Luke Rojas. We do love Luke Rojas, and we come in peace with him, and we will be watching CM Punk reign in WWE together. We're
Mhm.
tired of Roman Reigns, the whole Roman Reigns thing.
Yep.
It's like, all right, let's get the real guy in here, the real
Right.
man, the real best in the world. And I
Yep.
was never a CM Punk fan like Mark like that. I just
Right.
the hype is. I love the hype. Entertaining.
Let me go back to the Kiss topic that we were talking about earlier. And I'm sure you would agree with this. I'm sure everybody out there would most definitely agree. It would have been 20 times more better if both Ace and Peter were participants at those last shows. It would have been nice to see the original Kiss back together for the very last time, maybe our Friday or Saturday. It would have been nice to see those guys, make amends for one night if by chance they can. Jam out a few songs, give each other hugs afterwards. Have them share hugging the group hug with Thayer and Singer. Yeah.
What is your closing debate on the CM Punk situation, Brown? Real quick, let's close the CM Punk debate. Move out of
Okay.
wrestling.
Well, let me say this.
Are you a
Fans.
CM Punk like me? Are you excited for him or no?
Well, I'm glad he's back in the WWE because the WWE has been craving him. Mostly the fans have been craving him for God knows how long. I mean, there were so many CM Punk chants going on, in between matches that were aired on YouTube, on social media. So this is a good thing for the WWE. Now, all Punk needs to do is follow whatever guidelines that the management has given him, and I'm sure everything will be good. He could start off a feud between him and Seth Rollins, as many people have been talking about for the past couple of weeks. That would be a good start. And maybe somewhere down the line they can pair him up against Roman Reigns. See how that plays out. Or possibly one of the members of the Judgment Day, whether it's Finn Balor or Damian Priest or Dominic Mysterio. If the WWE creative team plays their cards right, we could see Punk reign supreme in the WWE once again.
So yeah, Joe in here. Added Cronin.
Ah. Will you respond? Hopefully so.
I feel like maybe some of those guys, maybe in Rojas, because that video was like a couple of days ago.
Mm-hmm.
But like maybe I don't know, their opinion might change tomorrow night or Friday night for SmackDown because CM Punk is scheduled to be there on SmackDown. So he might come out there and challenge Seth Rollins. They might do a match that night. He might win the title that night, and everyone is going to be
through the roof.
And excitement, yeah. So you never know. You can never truly with WWE, and I could say with just AEW too, because I've seen some cool things. You can say never with professional wrestling.
Dude, I can't believe it.
My bad. Oh, I found this one here. Luke Rojas rapes Jacob RP. Now, how are you and Jacob RP with one another, YR? Are you good with each other? Or are you in or the outs?
We don't need to get any drama. Can we get into can you pick up that article on the the Rush thing? Rush coming back to
Yeah, let me find that for a second, Eras.
Anything you can find on that.
Okay, because I'm just hearing about this now here. Let me just see if we can find. Okay.
Getty leaks and stuff, so.
Rush returns. Rush Tour returns. Let's see what we got here. Rush Hour returns. Oh, let me see what we got here. Rush Hour. Rush Hour.
Can you tell us your computer story? What's going on there, brother?
What's up?
Can you tell us your computer story that went on there?
Oh, you mean the last computer I had?
The old one? How long did you have the old computer?
I've had that for quite a couple of years. And what it was is that on a Thursday, I turned it on to get things set up for the program we were supposed to be doing on that night. And the screen was white for how many minutes. Then the one of the screenshots came on, but it was upside down. I went and told my nephew about this whole thing because he's more of an expert than I am. And he said that possibly something magnetic got next to it and somehow did damage to it. And he stated that all the files I had in there, the transfer files, download files, video files, gone as a result.
So did you clean up your area and make sure there's no magnets?
Well, I don't have any magnets. What it was possibly the speaker from my amplifier, which I had about which was close to the computer. I had it on the desk here, along with the computer and other things, along with the distortion pedal I have.
The sound messed it up?
No, what it was something I'm not too sure, but it was something magnetic. That's what did it in. And everyone's suspecting it was possibly the speaker, because that could be magnetic a few times, if I'm correct.
You got a commercial stack over there?
No, it's a small little Lux amplifier that's colored orange.
Shing, shing. Shing, shing. Right?
I don't know. Like I said, it was a small amplifier. It was next to the computer the old computer that I was using, and I'm still puzzled by it myself, because for how many months is that?
Daddy, just add what that account called. I guess I added them in there.
Was he in my chat asking me to join the show? Oh, not much in there.
SEC does support illegal ports of entry into the United States. He does support that. So,
well,
but you agree on the CM Punk situation, so at least we can agree with that.
Yep. Like I said, if Punk follows these guidelines, if that's a true case, then he can see his career with the WWE go on forever.
Look, Brian, just add that account that was calling or whatever. It doesn't say SC Steve on there?
Let me see if I could get SC, because it did say SC. Let me try it again.
Let's see what he said.
Well, let's see what we got here, because I did check, and it was a red line next to it. I'm going to call right now. See what he has to say if he picks up. You have a couple minutes there, folks. Mm-hmm.
Maybe SC is snorting a big old pile of fentanyl right now.
Oh, shit.
Kill over, and you know what I'm saying?
Go over and bum, hit the floor.
Die, bro, like her. Fuck that guy. Fuck you, SC. Not coming on the
shit.
show. Spitting all over the prick.
Right.
Hope you get hit over a big old bag, couple pounds of fentanyl, and it fucking kills you.
Oh,
Okay.
shit. Oh, man. All right there. So we also need to talk about Skitty Puppy because they finished the end of their 40+ year run a couple of days ago. They did 4 performances at some theater in LA, and afterwards Puppy is now officially no more, gone. And many of the fans of Skitty Puppy who are on my Facebook page are saying, it was a great run that Skitty Puppy have had throughout the years. They put it out some amazing albums, some intense live shows. They did a lot of interesting music projects on the side. Download the band Ogre being one of them. Other things as well. And so
Gene Simmons been having a big old fat face in these avatars.
Now, here's the thing I should say. If they're going to use these avatars in these performances, they should at least re-record the classic songs. Because here in this, we all know the original songs like King of the Nighttime World or Shout It Out Loud. We know these songs. We know the original versions. But it would be nice to go along with these new Avatar shows that they're going to be doing soon. What we got here? Blah, blah, blah. Something came up here. In the Skype chat. Let me get to that in a few minutes. And SC was unable to join in the show for some reason. Alright. Go ahead and ban Casey. Address extreme threats in their chat. Let me go to this here. Because I thought CM Punk when AEW was going to be a match made in heaven, but fell apart inside of a year. I wonder the drama is worse in AEW than WWE. You figure AEW would be like a brotherhood of wrestlers trying to build new AEW up. This is CM Punk's last chance. And you know what? I don't see no threats there. So I'm not going to ban Casey. Sorry, Scott. Alright, so I think it's safe to say, that in a lot of ways we are not surprised by these Kiss avatars coming out, because there were a lot of rumors that some form of Kiss was going to be continuing after this, where it's a bunch of guys in the same makeup performing as the new era of Kiss. But either way, Kiss, Skinny Puppy had amazing runs throughout the years. We thank them both for their contributions to rock and roll, to music altogether, for the spectacular shows that they have put it on throughout the years, for their acknowledgement of all the fans.
Oh, you're banned for life.
What's up?
This is the last time. SC Steve, if you don't get on the show right now, you're banned for life, brother.
I tried adding him earlier on. Let's see if
I
I
don't know
can
if
try
it's on.
again.
I mean, I've had it.
Hmm.
We're gonna ban it from life for free. So from all platforms, brother.
Let's do it.
Thank
I'll
you.
add him one last time. If he doesn't come
One
on,
last time.
then we'll
That's for life.
Then we'll end the show for tonight.
Then you're gonna get a couple bullets, and then we're gonna piss on your grave. SC, how about that?
Ooh.
Get on the goddamn car right now.
All right. So this Rush band returning thing is I got to look it up sometime soon. All right. Give it a couple of seconds to see if Mr. SC will respond. If not, then like I
SC
stated,
sold out China.
all right. SC illegal. That's what Dave calls him all the time. Shit. All right. Give it a couple of minutes. Sorry for the silent people who are listening right now. We're trying to get some people on the call. I know I tried to get Extreme Shaft onto the call, but couldn't find him, unfortunately. This computer is it's been through a lot. It has been, and SC is unavailable, unfortunately. So I guess it's safe to say, you know, I don't know. I already said that earlier. I ran out of things to say at this moment. I think it would just, end the show for now. And
We're
then
doing the we're doing the
WrestleManiacs.
wrestling tomorrow.
Yes, we got to talk about Tammy Lynn Cinch and what downward spiral she took. We definitely got to talk about that because this is extremely sad, man. She's now serving 17 years in prison for manslaughter while DUI. So we got to definitely talk about that for sure, man. All right, on that note, for YR and myself, this has been Music Maniacs. And we will see you tomorrow night for WrestleManiacs at the same time, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, here on my channel. Subscribe to it, hit that like button and notification bell. And for, like I said, for YR and myself, yeah, guys, have a good one. All right, bye-bye.